Welcome to my YouTube channel of Hireable Coder, and in this video we are going to discuss the solution of a challenge wherein we will find the minimum, the maximum and the average from a list of numbers. So I think that sounds really easy. So let's go ahead and try to find out the solution. Let's look at the solution. How can we do it? But even before we go at the solution, a couple of things which I want to mention here is, I also have a blog post which is mentioned below. Sorry for the rather long URL, but you can also go through the blog post and study the same subject. Maybe it can be a good idea if you first study the blog post and come back to the video to see the quick demo. And the second thing which I want to mention is, how should we attempt to solve this challenge of finding the minimum, maximum and the average from a list of numbers. So basically we need to iterate through the list of numbers. Again, it's a demonstration of a for loop, and while we are iterating, we need to check whether the current iterating number is lesser than the minimum or greater than the maximum, and also add to the sum. So it's basically a demonstration of both for loop and if-else logic within the for loop. So let's see the code. Let's see the Java code. So we have a fixed set of numbers, as you can see, which is the number array. Total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 numbers. And I'm trying to find out the minimum and the maximum number and also the average. So I'm actually iterating through the list, through the array of numbers rather. And I'm actually checking if the current iterating number, which is represented as one number, if that is less than minimum, then I'm actually swapping the value of minimum. I'm basically setting that as the minimum. Same goes for maximum. And I'm also summing the current iterating number, rather adding the current iterating number to the running total. And when I'm out of the loop, I'm able to retrieve the minimum, maximum, as well as the average to be the sum divided by the number of divided by the total number. So that's it. I think this is a pretty much easy solution. And again, that is the blog post from where you can actually copy paste the code. Sorry for the rather long URL. And maybe as a next step, what you can try is, instead of getting a hard-coded list of numbers, you can actually get that number list as an input. So that is something which you can try out. And then the JavaScript version look very similar, only we do not have the additional verbosity as in Java, like the class declaration and the main method declaration. But otherwise the code looks structurally very same. So that's the reason that for all this coding challenge, actually I am showing the solution in both Java and JavaScript, so that we understand that it's not difficult to learn two languages at the same time, and it's definitely more useful. You will be more employable if you are able to learn both languages, because it's not so difficult to learn both languages, because structurally you can have similar code running in Java and JavaScript, only the syntax will differ, as you already know, that we declare variables with the word let in JavaScript. On the other hand, in Java, normally we declare variable with the variable type. So again, a for loop which is iterating through the list of numbers, and then within the for loop I have if loops to check for the minimum and maximum and swapping the values, and also a running total where I'm adding the current number to the running total. So I think this is pretty much it. And again, I would suggest you to actually take the input list as an input rather than a hard-coded list, because that would be an interesting exercise for you. So now I will show a quick demo of how we can execute this Java and JavaScript code. Okay, so this is a Java program, very simple program, and we can run the Java program using the command javac, and then we'll have to first compile the program, and then we can run the program like this, and this gives the output as the minimum there, minimum, maximum, sum and average. So that's it, pretty simple. And how do we run the JavaScript program? It's even easier, because JavaScript program does not need to be compiled. Sorry, JS and here you go. So this is the JavaScript program. And also, if you have problems setting up Java, JavaScript and Node.js in your local laptop, then please refer to my video, and I will also link that video so that you can actually set up your laptop with Java and JavaScript and VS Code. So that's it. Thank you for your patient listening. I hope it was useful. It was a really easy challenge, but nevertheless, I would request you to try that out, and you can go to my blog post, copy the code from there, and then run it, and then you can tweak and introduce additional functionalities there. That is always much easier and advisable to do. And if you're still struggling to set up Java and JavaScript, or to run Java, JavaScript, or to set up VS Code, please refer to my other video and set it up properly. And last but not the least, if you think this video was useful and if you liked it, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel and like my video, because that would motivate me.